Oh yes, let the holy water smite, you godless heathens. Hello everybody, my name's James. This is Vampire Survivors, one of the games of the year. Clearly, it wasn't in our games of the year list because it came out on mobile like as the awards were being put out. And it's become a surprise hit of the past 12 months, which is even more surprising given that it actually came out in 2021 and it'd been out on PC for ages and no one had really noticed. It became this kind of groundswell thing where suddenly this year everyone started playing it. It was about like £3, £4 on Steam or something. People started picking it up and it just gained this insane amount of traction. And now let's go with we're going to go with Axe. I want more range stuff. It's become this kind of phenomenon, to the point where they've gone ahead and done a mobile build. I say they, it's just one person. It's one person doing a little indie game with a bunch of stock assets, but it's turned out to be this amazing thing. And it is really good, and it really works on mobile. I lost an entire weekend to this game. Me and some friends downloaded it on the older Xbox Game Pass and ended up getting just insanely hooked into it because it bridges that gap between those games that sort of play themselves and have that feedback loop almost like a clicker, but you are very much involved in what's going on. You do have to just move around, at least in the early stages of the game. By the end of it, once you've kind of unlocked lots of perks and you got those equipped from the very beginning, you can kind of just stand there to some degree. Let's go with the axe again. I'm on level 2 and I want more. I'm doing what's called a kind of religious build, or I've decided to call it that, because I've got a lot of holy water and I've got that leveled up quite heavily, along with the King James Bibles, which spin around me. I've only got 2 of them at the minute, but I can get that number higher and higher. If you look in the top left-hand corner of the screen, you can see my slots and the weapons that I have in them. You can see there's 1 slot remaining, which means I can grab something else if the fancy takes me. And then below that, you can see there are empty slots. That's where the perks will go in future. Because I've only kind of recently downloaded the game, I haven't unlocked it and all the other characters to the degree that I have the game on the Xbox. So I'm kind of starting back from square one again. But once you've got those bits at the bottom unlocked, you can start putting lovely, delicious perks in them that will give you, energy boosts and things off the gate that will make stuff a little bit easier as you venture out into further levels. As it is this holy water kind of, whoa, I've gotten a bit sucked into the bats there. Just kind of explodes around me almost at random. All of these weapons, I should point out, they just automatically work. You don't do anything. I'm just controlling the movement, and the weapons take care of themselves. They have their own little attack cycles that you get used to. Well, up. The main important thing that you do is A, avoid the enemies, B, kill them, and then C, oh dear, once you've killed them, make sure you collect the gems. If you don't collect the gems, these are all kind of useless. I guess I'll get another whip. Then you're wasting all of those kills. Quick, get out of there, get out of there. Yikes. It's very easy just to kind of wander about and forget about all these gems. And the gems are the way that you level up. It's the only way you're going to be able to survive, later stages. It's quite good that we got a game over there, though, because I want to go back to the home screen and so we can see what we've unlocked and what we've got. So, done. There's your title screen. I've just started out with the 1 character. If I look at the power-ups here, you can see I've collected 200 gold. And what that will mean is that in future, I'll be able to kind of unlock additional perks. So you can see here, I've just leveled up my armor. I can go over here and level up recovery if I want to. What will that cost? 210. See, I can't afford that. There you go. So I've got now a perk in recovery, which means that my health recovers that little bit quicker. And I can now take that into the next battle. Here are the characters that we have available at the moment. We only have Antonia, but I can unlock for a mere 10 Imelda, and she'll have a different set of perks at the bottom. Let's use her. She starts out with 10 more experience every 5 levels, and she kind of leans into and starts off with that little wizard stuff. Let's do Imelda straight out the gate. Now, this is the starter level, that sort of simple green background. You unlock, I want to say maybe like 8. I can't remember exactly how many, because there are a couple of like bonus stages. I remember 5 like main stages. And the idea is that once you hit the 30-minute mark, you kind of get assaulted with a boss, and then it sort of times out. If you can last that long, that's it, generally speaking. You've unlocked the next level. I think in these early levels, if you can last for like 10 minutes, you can get to the next level, and it kind of increases from there. But this is how you start out, like real simple compared to what you just saw me doing with all the projectiles flying out. But the early stages are where you can wind up taking the most damage. So let's do garlic. a friend of mine was very into the garlic build. You see that little kind of area around? That's now an area of attack. You see I can kind of walk into people. If you keep leveling up garlic, that area becomes A, more powerful, and B, bigger. A bigger circumference around the character. And you can sort of just stand there and just like this and just tank characters. They just run into you. They hit the barrier and they bounce off. And when that barrier is like massive, a gigantic circle, it's very funny. I'm going to level it up. It's very funny just to stand there like that. There you go. Come on, bring it. What are you going to do? Nothing. That's what. You will quickly encounter characters that can make it through your protective shield. But once that shield is suitably leveled up, you are not invincible, but you can kind of get that way by the end. And that's weirdly what this game ends up delivering. This massive power trip. That's the thing that I get from it the most, is by the end, when the plasma is flying everywhere, when you can't see the ground for the sheer number of, let's do the King's Bible, for the sheer number of enemies that are on the screen, but you are just firing out projectiles, emitting dangerous garlic waves, whipping whips and flinging axes and all the rest of it. It just becomes this kind of chaos, but one that makes you feel like kind of like a god, an invincible mega power. And it really works. You can say that it's very sort of light in some ways and that your control input is minimal, but really it becomes about strategically stacking the right perks, I guess, but also the right weapons. If you choose a build, you need to kind of lean into it and not just randomly start equipping stuff. See, I've got 3 more weapons I can choose, and I need to choose carefully. Do I want axes? Do I want the bracers to increase projectile speed? That's quite good, being as I use projectiles. So let's do that. And ideally, you want to kind of level them all up. You want to almost prestige each one. Once you get to like level 6, they kind of prestige and you unlock a different variation on that weapon. If I can just get the edge of these, you see that? I can just catch the edge of the bats and then pick up all the gems. Then I can start leveling up. Look how quickly I got to the next level there. It's all tactical, you see. So there is genuine involvement. I kind of have to move in and out here and just bosh them with the outside. There we go. Bam, 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 bam. Because you can get a bit lost running away from huge bouts of enemies and then realize you've left piles of gems because you've been constantly running away and you're not leveling up because you've not collected your spoils of victory. So you need to make sure you double back, and then you can do this. The pichon is a kind of pigeon. It's a pigeon joke, but they're really good to the point where I'm going to get one. It kind of loops around in an almost boomerang shape. There you go. It zooms around you. Once that's leveled up, it gets insanely powerful. I'm sure you'll see it. There's already been a million videos on this, but importantly, most of those videos have been recorded on a PC or off an Xbox or something like that, and we haven't seen this version in the wild, for it is brand new. Now, the ad support here, let's go with the Pichon again. Bam! The ad support here is that you can watch an ad if you want to extend your life after you die. You get kind of one revive, if you like, which is ad powered. But apart from that, it seems to just be free. I haven't disconnected from the internet or anything. It just seems to play. Maybe an ad will pop up at some point, but I haven't encountered it yet, unless I've invited it in for a revive or something. So it's pretty good deal, I guess. I mean, it was cheap anyway, but to be able to have this at your fingertips at all times is just nothing but win, really. I'm delighted that it's appeared, and that it kind of feels almost exactly the same to how it does on console. The vertical thing is good. It doesn't make a difference whether it's vertical or portrait. Like, you're always being mobbed from every direction, so it's kind of much of a muchness. Well, I've seen those skeletons take 2 hits, kind of. So me just marching into them like with the bats, that doesn't work. That hasn't paid off. And now I'm leaving all of my lovely gems on the other side, and the ghosts are buggers. So, Vampire Survivors, there is no good reason I would suggest for you not downloading this and giving it a go. It's a wonderful wee thing. I'm sure you've heard about it, but it's now on mobile, it's free, it plays pretty great. And just go when Christmas dinner is over and maybe people are talking about things you're not that interested in, then just pull out the phone and maybe, power up your Bible, get your holy water out, get your mental boomerang pigeon, and play some Vampire Survivors. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.
This video is brought to you in association with Infinity Party Battle, the new PvP tower defense mobile game. Stack your team with characters and spells, then match those characters on the battlefield to take them to new heights. Earn Infi tokens as you play, collect NFT characters and cards you can use within the game, and team up with friends to deal massive damage in co-op battles. Infinity Party Battle is out now on iPhone, iPad, and Android.